Yo, what's going on guys, it's Anime1 back here with a new video, and today I'm here with the new parts of What If Naruto Was Neglected and had the god karma. So if you guys like the content in the channel, subscribe to the channel and like this video, and also get this video to 25 likes to get the new next parts of the series. Yeah, so let's begin the video. Naruto and his team are currently staying at a hotel. Naruto looked at Zabuza specifically. When it starts, I want you to aid the Sound and the Sand Village as much as you can, since, well, we are against Konoha because what they did to us in the past, said Naruto as he looked at Zabuza. Zabuza nodded. As you wish, Naruto-sama, he said as he bowed down to his leader. Soon Naruto looked at his two supposed teammates. Ah, my. And Akeno, both of you, I want you to come to me till the tuning exams lost part. And when things start getting heated up, I want you to leave immediately. And I'll set up a portal where I'll set up a ceiling jutsu near the end of the village. I want you to go there, and then after you apply some chakra to the ceiling jutsu, it'll teleport you to Uzu, so you don't have to be the part of this invasion. Said. Naruto, he looked at both of them. But my lord, Zabuza-sama, can he handle? Zabuza's more than strong enough to handle everything on his own. He's the second strongest in the entire village right next to me. He's my right-hand man. You don't have to worry about that. I trained him personally, so he can be prepared for any kind of situation. Said Naruto as they both nodded to their leader. Soon Naruto was looking outside the village. Soon I'll fulfill my promise that I said to you, Minato. Naruto's thought in his mind, as I'm not really gonna waste much of my time saying the tuning exams and whatever. Orochimaru, well, would not attack the Forest of Death, because first of all, the Uchiha clan is alive, so he really has spare shotting guns lying around everywhere. Second of all, Orochimaru is still part of the Akatsuki because Itachi Itachi didn't join, meaning Orochimaru would not have any reasons to attack any one of the Akatsuki members. So he's currently still in the Akatsuki, but he's planning to betray them as they cannot fulfill his experiments funding and whatnot. So we're pretty much gonna skip to the preliminary rounds. I'm not gonna go over the Forest of Death as well. Naruto and his team are more than strong enough to do that. Naruto, as I said, has red hair and blue eyes in this one. This has a disguise to not let anyone see his real true form, so that they can just capture him and just put him in jail or something, even when they could not do anything like that. So preliminary rounds. Mai and Akeno did forfeit, since Naruto said them to forfeit. Since it'd be much more comfortable for him if both of them would just forfeit and then would not have to even attend the final rounds of the tuning exams. That would save him much time, since he will not have to prepare any kind of ceiling portal. That didn't pop in Naruto's mind. But as it did, so he suggested them the idea. They both, of course, not had to obey the orders of their leaders, so they did. Yeah, that's pretty much what the first part looks like. And then preliminary rounds happened. Nothing really changes there. I will say people who won in the original are the ones who won right now. Nothing really changes, just to say that. Menma and Mito, of course, do win this final round, as Naruto is itching to get his hands on those two. Specifically, because remember is how they used to bully him and not care about him one bit, even when they were supposed to be so-called family, but in reality they never were. So good on them. So Naruto would pass by battling a fodder. Minman would battle Kiba, and then let us Mito also battles a fodder, so they all go to the final rounds of the tuning exams. So as the final rounds of the tuning exams, as 1 month's time skip, Final rounds of the tuning exams are beginning. First matches between Neji and Menma. Menma and Menma's girlfriend is Hinata, so he's pretty pissed that Menji pretty much, beat her ass upside down everywhere. So yeah, he's pretty pissed. Menma defeats Neji, but the help of the Nine Tails chakra that he has been able to control quite decently. Even for Naruto to say that he's able to control Naruto's the Nine Tails chakra up to this extent is, decent feat, at least for Naruto. Now, the second thing is, Mito battles Shikamaru, but Shikamaru just gives up. He doesn't want to face Mito since he knows that he will win. Sasuke battles Kankuro, and Sasuke defeats Kankuro with relative ease. Temari battles Gara, and Gara, Temari just forfeits. He doesn't want to get killed. So these are the few people who go to the final rounds of the tuning exams. Yeah, the next battle is between Menma and Naruto. Naruto, I forgot, had battled Ashino, so Naruto also won. Naruto and Menma start to battle. This time Menma is, starting to mock Naruto as Naruto is, sort of evading all of his attacks with his arm folded. Menma is sort of getting, infuriated that this boy's not taking him seriously, so his eyes turn red with slits in them as he starts to summon the Nine Tails chakra. Naruto just smirks at this as his karma starts to activate. Well, I do not need the karma to beat this brat, but to humiliate him, I might need it. Naruto said as Menma rushed towards him with all of his might, with two tails behind him. As he rushed towards Naruto, and Menma was surprised when Naruto grabbed his punch. What a weak attack. Naruto said as he brought Menma closer to him by pulling his arm towards Naruto's face, and soon Menma got a furious kick right to his torso as he was sent flying. But before Menma could even land or get slammed into the wall, Naruto appeared behind Menma and then slammed a huge punch on Menma's back so that Menma coughed out blood. Menma was sent flying up in the sky as Naruto appeared above Menma, and with a dropping kick, Naruto slammed Menma down with all of his might. All of his shock were concentrated on his feet, and Menma was knocked out clean. I wanted to do this for a long time. See that? Only 4 hits. That's all it took. And now I'm not even using most of my power anyway. How weak. Naruto thought in his mind. He didn't say that out loud. As he started to walk away, all the people were shocked in the audience, even Minato, since he was pretty sure that Menma would be the one to win this. Even when Mita was participating, she could not, control the Nine Tails chakra as better as Menma could. But this boy defeated Menma with relative ease, and that was shocking to Minato. The winner, Arashi Uzumaki, said the proctor as the crowd cheered for Naruto. If they knew who I really was in reality, they would never cheer for me. Naruto thought in his mind. And he just started to walk up the stairs, and soon he was with everyone else. The second battle was between Sasuke and Mito won because again she can also go up to the 2 tails worth of 9 tails chakra. And then the next battle is between Gara and what was it? Gara and Naruto, right? The final rounds of the Chunin exams. Naruto, of course, knows about the invasion because instead of Orochimaru being on that side with Minato, it's someone else, and you'll get to know soon because Naruto is gonna troll Minato's ass because Orochimaru has been killed. Like, he's actually killed by Naruto. He's not alive. Before you guys say how Naruto, as I said, he is the god karma seal. So no one in this shinobi world is really a challenge for Naruto. And yeah. After all this mess does happen, Naruto stabs Gaara right through the shoulder, and then he signals Temari and Kangura to take Gaara away. That leaves some of the Leaf Ninja like Menma and Mita go after Gaara, and the others just go to help civilians and whatnot. Right? And as this happens, the Kage boots explode as four people surround the Kage boot, and they were the Sound Four. Now you guys might be wondering why the Sound Four are there. They're not the Sound Four anymore. They are the Uzu Four, as you know. They're walking for Naruto. As Minato looks at the Kazekage, who's holding up a kunai against his neck. Kazekage, what's the meaning of this? Minato asked. Now, don't pretend like you don't know, said Kazekage in his deep voice, but Minato recognized it. Naruto, he said, as in Minato went through one-handed handstands in a quick succession and discharged his entire body in lightning, which forced Naruto to jump back. As that happened, both Naruto took off his entire attire, and there was Naruto in front of Minato. He was wearing black pants, a blue color Hayori that was similar to Minato in many ways, and a black color jacket, black color Jonin jacket. As he looked at Minato with a smirk. Well. Hasn't been in a long time, father. Naruto said in a mocking tone as Minato looked at him. What's the meaning of this, Naruto? If you've returned to the village, then, he said as he looked around. Uzu, you're its leader? How weak the village must have been to elect a 2-year-old as his leader. Weak? Naruto said as he looked at Minato. You will soon know how weak who is in reality, Minato. Naruto said as his karma started to spread all over his body. It was only in stage 1, as his left eye changed, and it turned into the Jogan. You will soon know. The promise that I made to you, I'll fulfill it, said Naruto as Minato looked at him. Promise? Oh, I remember now. So you're here for revenge. You did say that you will take everything away from me that's precious to me, didn't you? You want to destroy my village? Good luck with that, Minato said as Naruto smirked. No, Minato. Come, let's see how strong you really are. As Naruto said that, Minato came towards Naruto with his 3-pronged kunai. And when he came near Naruto, he swung his kunai, but to his shock, the kunai, instead of stabbing Naruto in his shoulder, it hurt him. Minato jumped back immediately via the flying Raijin as he looked at his shoulder, which had his own kunai embedded in it. What the? Minato thought as he pulled the kunai out. What happened? As if your own attack was reflected upon you. It's obvious that if I do not explain my abilities to you, you will, and that's no surprise, not even be a match for me. So I'll just say it. If you attack me with any kind of killing intent, your attacks will be reflected back upon you. But just to make things a little fair, I'll just let that go. Naruto said as he deactivated his reflecting ability. As his Jogan looked at Minato. Let's see how strong you really are, fourth Hokage. Naruto said as his karma started to even spread more, as a horn appeared. And that was when Minato sensed it. This chakra, this can't be real, Minato was thinking. As Naruto looked at Minato, let's start the battle, fourth. As Naruto rushed towards Minato. Meanwhile, this was happening. Menma and Mito were currently rushing towards Gaara, as Gaara had transformed into his one-tail state. Fuck, thought Menma and Mito as. Mito went through Handshine. Summoning Jutsu, he said, as Menma went through Handshine as well. Summoning Jutsu, he said. A huge slug and a huge toad appeared in front of Shikaku. Two little worms in front of me. No matter, I'll crush them. But this all will, of course, it's not going Shikaku's favor, so, let's just say the Menma and Mito do manage to defeat Gaara. But when they were returning back, they saw that their mother was being held up by her throat, and then they looked to see you, Menma said, as he looked at the man that was holding up his mother by her throat. Naruto, he said as Naruto looked at Menma. His karma spread throughout his body as the horns that protruded from his forehead looking at Menma, his jaw gone, glaring at that both of the siblings. Ah, now both of you have come here. I guess this will make things a lot easier. Since you three were the ones that I was searching for the most, I'll make Mina to suffer. And what is the best way? To kill his family, said Naruto as he gripped Kushina's throat a lot tighter. In the Hokage boot, Minato was panting as he was on his one knee. Naruto was just had his hand in his pocket. As he was looking at Minato with a bored expression, Minato was in sage mode, but still, he could not touch Naruto, even a bit. What, is that all? Said Naruto as he looked at Minato. You really disappoint me. After being named as one of the strongest shinobis to ever exist, you really do disappoint me, Minato. Naruto said as he looked at Minato. Soon Naruto was behind Minato, and he grabbed his neck. Soon a huge fear, came across Minato's body as he was not able to move. I can't move my body. This, why am I so scared? Thought Minato. Why are you so scared? I did say that I would take everything away from you. You probably value your life a lot less, so killing you isn't the best of the options. But, on the other hand, what if I take everything that ever meant to you away from you, and then make you suffer that way? Said Naruto as Minato's eyes widened when he saw what Naruto was getting at. Naruto, please don't leave those three alone, said Minato. Do you have a problem with me? Those three have nothing to do with this. They wanted to protect you, but oh, shut up, Minato. Naruto said as he looked at the fourth. As his grip got stronger on Minato's neck. It's obvious, isn't it? I'm trying to make you suffer, and to go to what lengths I have to, I will go past any. I'll make sure that Konoha and you suffer. And what better way to take away the Jinchuriki that you have, and your lovely, lovely wife, and use her as a tool for my pleasure, said Naruto as he looked at Minato. Since I'm no longer a biological son, it should be fair, right? Naruto said, looking at Minato with a smirk and a mischievous grin. Minato got what Naruto was trying to say. Don't you dare, Naruto. Don't you dare, he said as Naruto looked at him. And what are you gonna do, Fort? You're not strong enough to even land a single punch on me. Do you honestly believe you can threaten me with your empty threats? Said Naruto as he gripped Minato's throat. How boring, said Naruto as he swatted Minato away. And if you want to know something that will demoralize you even more, the one that's fighting you right now is only 30%. What? Minato said. Naruto smirked. Of course. Do you honestly think that you deserve to be fighting me at my best? This is only a 30% clone that was up here. The rest of it. Hard to get my revenge, said Naruto as Minato's eyes widened. No, 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 said Minato as he tried to flash towards Kushina, but he couldn't. Do you honestly think that I would have not thought about all of this? I thought everything through. Your flying Raijin won't work, said Naruto as he looked at Minato. If they're in a completely different dimension, you will need a lot more chakra in order to teleport. But until that time, I would have probably come up with a way to get rid of the seal that's in Kushina's stomach. However, those two brats will be a great weapon for my village, said Naruto as he looked at Minato. You were trying to make me into one, weren't you? I guess it's only fair to make your kids into a weapon for my own good, said Naruto as he gripped Minato by the heel and lifted him up. It's honestly pitiful. Look at yourself, Minato. How disgusting. Naruto said as the sound for enjoying the show that their leader was presenting to them. He had destroyed the fourth Hokage in a battle, and they had no doubt about it. Naruto was on a completely different league. As this happened, Minato looked down at Naruto. Curse you, if you do anything to them, they'll never forgive you. I don't need your forgiveness. Fourth, said Naruto as he dropped Minato down to his knees. Now, just for insurance, said Naruto as he pointed two finger at Minato's forehead, as a small lightning ball appeared. This will make things much easier, said Naruto as he shot it at Minato's forehead. Minato's entire body started to get electrocuted as Minato screamed out in pain, as his eyes rolled back and the fourth Hokage was utterly and faced an utter and humiliating defeat by the hands of the leader of the Uzu, the village hidden in whirlpools. Currently, Naruto, who had more two clones, were pinning Menman Mito down. No, no, don't be too hasty, siblings. I'm pretty sure that you'll enjoy how you'll be treated at Uzu, and Kushina, you, said Naruto as he looked up at his mother. You were sort of a good mom in some ways, but that body of yours will be very useful, specifically when we need so many Uzumaki children in the village. Ah, you don't understand how long I've waited for this moment, said Naruto as Kushina's eyes widened. Was he gonna turn it into a breeding stock? Naruto just opened up a portal by extending his karma, and soon he threw Kushina and the others two in it. Now that everything is done, Naruto started floating up in the air, as all the other clones that were around the village disappeared in a poof of smoke. I'll show this village what true terror is like, said Naruto as he was starting to float up, up. It was high up in the sky. You'll soon get to know what God's wrath is like, said Naruto as he extended his hand. You'll soon know what pain is like. What I suffered, you will suffer the same, said Naruto as a concentrated ball of energy and chakra started forming in his hand. Let's see how you deal with this, Naruto said as that entire ball of chakra now converted into electricity. Raiden, said Naruto as he dropped the ball, and a huge explosion. The entire Hidden Leaf village was covered in a light, and then, after a few minutes, Naruto was but floating over the entirety of the Leaf village, which was nothing but dust. Only a few people had managed to survive, and out of them was the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze. Minato looked around to see the destruction, and then looked up at Naruto. He fulfilled his promise, Minato thought in his mind. As he remembered Naruto saying to him when Minato had locked up Naruto, I remember this, Minato, that I'll take everything away from you. Everything that you love, I'll take it away, said Naruto as is in his child form. As now Naruto had fulfilled his promise, Minato looked up at Naruto with rage visual in his eyes. You bastard, Minato said as the entire village was destroyed. He had failed as the Hokage. What could he do? Naruto landed on the ground. Oh no. Minato, I'm not gonna kill you quite right yet. I want you to suffer the same way I did. And those three will also suffer same way I did. Kushina might suffer a little more since we do need a bit of Uzumaki children in our village, but that's fine. I guess this is it for Takage. Hopefully when you come at me next, and this entire cycle that we're creating of hatred, you will have something up your sleeve, said Naruto as he opened up a portal and stepped through it, soon leaving Minato there heartbroken and nothing to live for. Soon when Naruto opened up the portal, he saw Hikushina and the others that he had captured were, well, just staying there in his room. As Naruto looked at Kushina, I'm not gonna be the one who's gonna be, well, doing things with you to produce children. It's gonna be the other men that are thirsty for some lady attention, said Naruto as Kushina's eyes widened. Naruto, Don't do this. Our ancestor wouldn't want this, Kushina said, as Naruto looked at her. Ah, ancestor you talk about. Ah, might as well tell you. Do you know the reason why Uzu was destroyed? Said Naruto as Kushina looked at him. What what are you talking about? She said. Naruto smirked. Very well then, I'll tell you, Kushina. The reason why Uzu was destroyed is because Konoha had leaked the entry to get inside Uzu's barrier. Said Naruto as Kushina's eyes widened. That can't be, she said as Naruto looked at her. And yet it's the truth. How ironic, isn't it? Said Naruto as Kushina looked down. But who would do such a thing? The man that's behind all of the kiddiest thing that Konoha has ever done. Now that the village is no more, that really doesn't matter. The man was killed in all that ruckus. Said Naruto as, what do you mean the village is no more? Menma, who was beside Kushina, yelled. As I said, I destroyed Konoha. And Naruto said that Menma looked at him. That can't be. I wanted to be the Hokage of that village. How could you? Again with those selfish talk. Menma, you are in my territory, and you're gonna act accordingly. And not to mention things you're gonna be thrown into a empty cell where how to know how to exactly get the treatment that I got during those 1 year. It will be entertaining to see all of you. Kushina, you will suffer the most, said Naruto as he looked at her. You could have gone away, you could have fought harder, in order for me to get my freedom, but you didn't. You just let it happen, as if it was none of your concern. And soon after you stopped even caring for me. What a waste, said Naruto looking at Kushina, who just put her head down in shame. Now that all of this is done, said Naruto as he snapped his finger. Two shinobis appeared beside him. Take them to the cell and let them rot, said Naruto as the guards did exactly that their leader told them to, and took all three of them to the cell. Naruto sat down as he started to think. What I did was right? He thought in his mind. He did feel satisfied by making Minato suffer completely and utterly, but was this the right thing to do? So many innocent people had died, and the thing was, not all people in the village were cruel to him, some of them were kind, and he didn't mean to kill all of them. One of them was Kakashi. He was killed in an explosion. Naruto just shook his head. Some sacrifices have to be made, he thought in his mind as he just let it go. Soon, a man was looking over Minato. Ah, how unfortunate. Lord Fourth, you have to be turned into this state. Minato looked up to see the man. He had a weird kind of presence. He was wearing monk-like clothing and had a ponytail, and that was only a source of hair. And he looked at Minato down. The man had, well, one triangle in both of his eyes. My name is Jigen. Why don't we talk, Fourth? As Jigen said that, Minato looked at him. What do you want? I don't have anything left to live to anymore. Everything that I loved has been taken from me. I guess it's to be expected, since I wanted to take away everything from him, said Minato, referring to him as Naruto. Jigen nodded. Yeah, I saw. And as the way that I am right now and you are right now, we are nowhere near his strength. He is the god, and the only way to defeat him is to seal him away, said Jigen as Minato looked up. Seal him away? Yes, we have to take over Uzu and seal him away. But as he was saying that, a portal appeared, open, and Naruto appeared out of it. Now, who are you? Said Naruto as he looked at Jigen. At Naruto, one of his eyes were now the Senrigan. He saw what Jigen was trying to do. Jigen tried to shrink himself away, but before he could, Naruto disabled all of Jigen's abilities. What? Thought Jigen in his mind. Did you forget whose karma seal I got? Shishiki. Naruto said as he looked at Jigen, who was now panicking. Huh, I guess I'll have to beat it out of you. Few moments later, Ishiki had been completely revived, but he was not in the most good of condition. He was pinned down by chakra rods that were his own, and, well, Naruto standing above him. It's honestly amusing to see someone like you at such a low position. Only not many members of our clans are alive. Momoshiki and Kinshiki also came during this time, and they managed to imprint their karma. Specifically, Momoshiki managed to implant his karma on Zabuza. That was the reason why he was more stronger than most people in this world. Zabuza had completely mastered the karma seal, and because of my help, I was able to stop Momoshiki's karma extraction, and Zabuza now completely owns Momoshiki's karma. What if I do the same with you? Naruto said as Ishiki looked up at him. Screw you, Ishiki said as Naruto looked down. No, no, is that a way to talk to your leader or your superior? Naruto said as he kneeled down. No, Naruto said as he opened up a portal to make Takata appeared. As Takata looked at Naruto. Naruto, what's wrong? He said as Naruto gestured to Takata to come closer. I want our village to be the strongest, and for that, said Naruto as he grabbed Ishiki's arm. No, what are you doing? Ishiki said. I'm implanting your karma on him, and then disabling the properties of the karma that will make you be able to resurrect in him. Naruto said as Ishiki looked at him. No, you cannot do that. Yeah, I'm Ishiki Otsutsuki. I cannot be killed like this. As he said that, Naruto just looked down. Oh my. Well, you're acting like a little child, Ishiki, but the truth is, you're gonna get killed. As Naruto said that, Ishiki cursed at him. Fuck you, Ishiki said. Naruto just looked at him. Ah, whatever, said Naruto as he let Ishiki's arm grab Takata, and soon the karma was implanted. After 2 years, Naruto had disabled the karma extraction process so that Ishiki could not revive, and he had extinguished Ishiki's soul completely from Takata's body. Uzu had been the strongest, and during this time, they had completely managed to deal with Akatsuki. Zabuza himself was more than enough to deal with them. And then soon, when the other villagers found out that Uzu was getting so strong, they decided to form an alliance and then go after Uzu. Minato was the head of this alliance. He had come to the Hidden Mist village in order to ask for their assistance, and held a refuge in there for a long period of time until he told them what had happened, and they, along with the other four nations, had decided to band up against Naruto to kill him once and for all. But, well, they were wrongly mistaken, as Naruto, on the other hand, was too strong. He himself was more than enough to take care of the alliance. But the thing was, Naruto didn't even step into the battlefield. He let his entire army handle everything. Zabuza and Tsukata, with Ishiki and Momoshiki's power, were more than enough to handle the entire alliance. And soon, Uzu became the entire ruler of this world. And yeah, this is pretty much the end of this what if. World domination Naruto. Since Naruto is completely evil in this one, you could not have expected a good ending, right? So yeah, this is pretty much it, you guys. If you guys did like this video, like this video and subscribe to the channel, and again share this video with many of your friends as possible, since we want the channel to grow. And then yeah, since this series has come to an end, the 25 likes goal, I think it's not is not valid anymore. But anyways, still try to like this video as much as possible, and then yeah, let's see you guys in the next one. Peace.